Welcome back everyone to World of Warplanes. A very short question, and probably you don't answer. It's World of Tanks, the best tanks you can get, the heavies, probably the mediums, and you may argue even the different kind of vehicles, the best ones. Soviets? Probably the answer is actually yes. Now in World of Warships, are the best ones the Soviets battleships, cruisers and destroyers? And the answer, it could be true as well, you know what I mean? So it's not very far away. Drinking coffee at the same time. Now the same question in World of Warplanes. Are the Soviet the best planes you can get? The answer is no, guys. I know it sounds extremely weird. This is Wargaming's product, for crying out loud. I'm not saying they are bad. They have their very specific, unique gameplay and type of game. But are they overpowered? Are they better than anything else? The answer is definitely no. I went for the multi-roller and the ground attack. Ground attack, guys, it's the most frustration, most hardest to achieve because it's one trick pony. You know, there's very little you can do to defend yourself. You're too slug, you're too slow to do anything. But I do believe the only reason I went this line is to challenge myself. How ridiculous is that? If you want the challenge, go for a Soviet. Seriously, guys, I'm not saying too much. Same story with bombers and fighters and all that. They have extremely unique play style, and I believe that they are some of them strong, but not the best. I repeat, you don't have the best armor, you don't have the best guns, you don't have the best speed, and you don't have the best turning radius. But over there, I like to say that Germans have even more planes, and my honestly opinion is that even though Germans, they have their limitation in turning radius, but they have the best speed, the best guns, and best guns and best range, best everything in that regard. I would like to say that overall the Germans planes are by far way better than, let's say, Soviet ones. But are they the king of all planes? The answer, of course not. The answer is no, because the US, even though they have many ways, I feel like US are underpowered in that regard. You don't have so many cannons. You have more. You don't have any cannons. Most machine guns, all the way to tier 8. Let's say this is heavy. You have most small caliber of guns and not any cannons. From tier 8 and above, you have received your first cannons, 20 millimeters machine guns or higher. You know what I mean? But I do enjoy the US. The US are definitely the speed and high attitude, and they have their unique gameplay. But are they the best? The truth is no. And let's go for the Japanese. For the Japanese, they also have the limitation that you don't can climb up so high. You don't have the speed like a German ones. You don't have, definitely not the attitude as a US one. So they are, let me put it this way, especially the fighters, they have their limitation that you cannot climb up and chase a bomber. It's never gonna happen. Or any other US heavies or multi-rollers, because they don't have quite the engines to do that. But however, I still believe in many regards they have this best mix of best guns, best turning radius in the entire game. So literally, if you are playing a Zero, you have one thing in mind: nobody can outturn me. I only need to do one thing. It's to surprise people, go behind a mountain or something, and just voila, I'm here, I will take you down, you cannot disengage because I have better turning radius than anything else. I will take you down, because also the guns are not bad. But then when you're going for the heavies in my opinion, they're broken as all hell. I'm not saying they have crazy amount of firepower, because they don't. They have more like derp guns. But this is a mix of pretty decent speed, not the best speed, but best turning radius, and turning in this gameplay, it's extremely important, because if I can outturn you, you cannot outturn me. It means that I can disengage and you cannot track me. I don't know how to explain, but it's working like that. You have easier to disengage if you have speed or turning radius, and I do believe that heavy Japanese are broken in that regard. They are too strong, too powerful. And then we have UK. The UK, I love the Spitfire line. It's the best in the line, and I believe overall the rest of the United Kingdom's plane, they are good all-rounder, like master of none, all jack of all trades, master of none. That is my feeling. Of course, some tier 4s and tier 5, they could be overpowered, and in that regard they have a little bit too much of a firepower, especially for tier 4 and tier 5. But overall, their limitation is still the speed and probably the attitude. They don't have best guns, but they don't have the bad either. So it's a mixed bag. But frankly, I like to say the Spitfire, it's fantastic. And then we have some China only, some premium one, and then Europe. And Europe, it's a mixed bag of France, Swedish, and Israel planes. They are a mixed bag of everything. But overall, I like to say the premium ones are pretty damn strong, a little bit too strong in my honest opinion. And I believe, and this is my final word, is that some planes are not so specific strong, but when you reach and level up that captain, like a 19 points captain, then the planes and the whole experience, how strong that is twice or more than twice as strong as start level of a new captain or rear gunner, And in that regard, it's shared a little bit of World of War ships. Then a 19-point captain or elite special dude type of captain, it's twice as strong as a normal 10 points captain or a beginner of a same ship, same everything, because you have those unique tools and unique range, unique everything. So yeah, in that regard, they looks like each other. That better experience in captains and rear gunner, you better planes are, or more overpower versus the regular Tech 3. So overall, I do believe, and this is my final word, guys, this game had a lot of offer because there is so damn different kind of gameplay. I mean, if you're for ground attackers, your main job is to take down the ground units, buildings and stuff like that. If you're going for bomber, the same story, but you fly very, very high, and that's your main job to avoid heavies and deal a lot of damage to ground target. If you have a heavy, your main job is to take down the bombers, and of course a ground attacker, because you do have the speed, you have the firepower, and you have attitude, and especially the speed. That's the main role. And of course the light fighters, you also have a different kind of role to flip the cap, going versus multi-roller and going versus other fighters. And same story with the multi-roller, they are a jack of all trade, master of none, to do whatever they can to flip. I do believe this is the hardest line to play, the multi-roller. It's because you don't quite have the speed of heavies, and you don't quite have the turning radius of fighters, so you have to choose your target extremely well, because if you don't, you will be wrecked. But overall, guys, the thing is, I kind of like about this gameplay, it's they have their unique places. If you see in the sky, there are different kind of levels where you as a pilot has to be. Of course, the ground target are the closest. Matter of fact, the other way around, as close as you are to the ground, it's much harder for, let's say, heavier to engage you, because they might come so close, and you probably put a bomb down, and you can actually delete heavy from there. What I'm trying to say is that every single plane, they have their limitation, their place to be, and their how should I say, the role of this type of airframe. It's different, depend of nation, depend of type of airframe, and I believe in that's the biggest difference between World of Warship and World of Tanks, and especially warplanes, that they have so big variety of uniqueness, gameplay, and places and space that you should be. If you cross that space, if you cross that level, if you, let's say, a Japanese, you're going for high, you're a sitting duck. No matter how good maneuver you have one place that you not belong. If you don't belong over there, someone else will catch you and will eat you for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. And that is something that I kind of like about this gameplay. You have to know your role, your position, and your place, and your target. Of course, it's different target depending on what kind of planes you play. But guys, before I'm gonna end this video, please let me know in a comment below what kind of nation type of airframe do you want me to take for a spin, so I can share with you my experience and talk about them. I love the US, I love the Japanese, I love the Germans one, heck, I even like the Soviet ones, but trust me, I'm gonna say right now, and I know from my own experience, I do have some multi-rollers, and so they are not the best in the game. You may argue some premiums are overpowered in their specific role, but are they the best in the entire game, like overpowered? The truth is no. They have their unique gameplay, but they are not the strongest, not like World of Warship or World of Tank. It's actually something different, and I believe, guys, that's good for the game. Actually, I do enjoy it. Sometimes, guys, you need to take a small break from World of Warships and to play something else casual. Don't take too much seriously, but just a casual gameplay. You know, I do enjoy to break, you know, small break from World of Warship and do something else. And, the most important that you have fun. But guys, let me know in the comment below what you think about this game overall, which type of airframe you want me to put for a spin. I very much would like to comment and play that and give you my personal opinion and experience what the strength and how and the weakness, because guys, every single plane, they have their strength and their weakness, and I do have a lot of them from tier 3 all the way to tier 9. I don't have any tier 10 planes yet, but I'm not in a rush, even though I have alright-ish credits. I do have 42,943,000 credits and 625,281 free experience. Once again, I do not overjump to specific planes. I believe, and this is the most important information before I end this video, is that the sweet spot, for me, it's actually tier 6 and tier 7s, and sometimes tier 5. I believe that for tier 8, it's the Jet 8. It goes a whole lot faster, even though you have a good player. Sometimes, I'm talking about for tier 9 and tier 10 gameplay, it's not up to you how good you are, it's more about the teammates. But let's say in a tier 5, different story. The maps are smaller and you have more options to be from one place to another, fly a little bit faster and try to defend and try to do whatever you can. But in a high tier big maps, there's a limitation how many places you can be at the same time, you know what I mean? You can only be in one place. So I believe the sweet spot is definitely tier 5, 6 and 7 to game in this gameplay. And that is me. Maybe you guys have different kind of opinion. That's another story, guys. So thanks guys for watching. Let me know in the comment below which plane or which airframe should I take for a spin, and I would very much like to do it. Thanks guys, have a good one, take care and bye.